Hello, I hope you're having a blessed day today. In our last video, we talked about how Jesus had taken a morsel of bread and dipped it in the sop, which is just a mixture of some little bit of a debate between dried fruits, something that was a little bit sweet and with the vinegar and with salt, and it was part of the Passover meal. And it was actually a gesture of love towards a guest. Later, after Jesus had offered Judas the sop in the morsel of bread, he told Judas, well, what you're going to do, just do it quickly. And Judas immediately left the upper room and began to work out a deal with those who were going to lead Jesus to the cross and to his crucifixion. After all of that happened, Jesus speaks to his disciples, and he says these words, John 13, verse 34, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, even as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." You know, I think that the commandment of love required of those who are followers of Jesus Christ might be, tragically, the most ignored commandment of the Lord, when really it's God's greatest commandment. There are all kinds of religious rules and regulations that we're tempted to place upon one another. But Jesus says, this is my commandment, that you love one another. It forces us every day to ask ourselves the question, am I loving those who are in my life? Am I loving the stranger who I might run into and might be upset or might be angry that day? Am I loving the person that's in need? Am I loving the person that looks like they've been crying and they're having a really bad time? When all is said and done, it's all about love. I think that a lot of the other distractions that we have placed, the rules and regulations, even within Christianity, is really just a distraction from the thing that's really the hardest to do, is to love. And not with just any kind of love, but Jesus actually says, can you love the way I loved you? That's my commandment. It's a reminder to all of us, isn't it? Well, first off, let's start loving the people that are most important to us. If you're married, love your spouse the way Jesus loved you. In other words, not spending every day pointing the finger at what's missing or what's wrong, but really walking in forgiveness. And then also strengthening that spouse to be able to do the things that they might find themselves weak at. What about loving our children? Love them if they've hurt you. Love them when they're wrong. Love them when they're right. Love them at all times. Then we also realize that we need to love the stranger. The stranger is the person that we can take an opportunity to just say, hey, they might be in need. What is their need and how can I help them? Even harder, let's just walk in the commandment of love. The Lord says, love your enemies. Love those who've talked about you. Love those who've hurt you. Love those that have rejected you. Just learn to love. These are the means by which Jesus said the world will be transformed, that they will know that we are true followers of God when we love one another. Man, I'm challenged today, and I hope you are as well. Lord, teach me how to love. That's my prayer for you. That's my prayer for me. Lord, that we might love the same way that Jesus loved us.